right, guys, I'm going to try and do this. I had an issue with the last one I did where my lighting was off and you couldn't see the card. So we'll just try this again. Let's start with the Mystical Shaman Oracle. See what we get in there. Hopefully I don't get interrupted by a cat. Okay, we have the Serpent. Number 46. Okay. Let's read that one. The Serpent. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you a forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The serpent's power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to, and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life, the fresh experience to your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of the serpent to transform your sensual energies to beautiful, original manifestation. Ooh. Now, you know me, I always say that sensuality it's a way to kind of explain how we feel. You know, I mean, that's like a gift that we have, is being able to feel things, to experience things. Um, I have a whole thing on my thing about the Garden of Eden. And I feel like this is saying that, I did a reading earlier, and that one that I did, it had the devil in it, and it was in one of our assets, and it was about, I wish it would have done better. It was a good one. It was about really like not banishing those sides of us that people tell us are wrong. And it's really enveloping yourself in all of you, allowing yourself to just kind of be you, you know? So yeah, so let's do some cards here. All right. So we're going to do my typical spread just because, you know. Okay. So this is my first column is always kind of like who this message is for or the situation. So we have the King of Cups, somebody who is able to kind of go deep down into those depths and come out unscathed, being able to feel, deeply and not let it sway you. It's somebody who's able to kind of bring those treasures from deep down inside. Those darker parts of yourself sometimes can be part of that. It's having that maturity to be able to use these things, that serpent energy too, those deeper parts of ourselves, without letting it overtake you or change who you are on the outside, right? It's not letting it overcome you. You know what I mean? Okay, so our second column is kind of like what we need to work on. And we have Four of Wands. Okay. So this is celebration. Maybe this is, you need to, when I say what we need to work on, it doesn't always have to be a negative thing. Sometimes it can be embracing those celebrations we have, that togetherness we have, that connections we have with others. Also, Four of Wands sometimes can be that 11-11 energy. So, okay. And then third column is what our assets are. And we have the world. The world card, a lot of times to me, is about mastery. It's about getting to a certain part of a season where you've kind of mastered a certain part of yourself. So somebody is at a space in their life where they're at the end of a cycle, the beginning of a new one, and you've mastered that last cycle. So somebody is really having the ability to become who they are. And then we have the Hierophant. This is my last column, which is the, I hope we can see all this. The last column is about the, kind of like the advice, the next step. And so this, I would say, is, maybe this is something that you're exploring, this teaching or something that you're trying to like incorporate into your systems or institutions, something like that. Maybe you're trying to break free of that. So bottom of the deck, we have Page of Wands, Six of Wands, success in your adventure. And maybe with the Hermit, it's bringing some light to something. All right, so I'm going to put a card here. Let's use the herbal astrology. Okay. Because I like it. Rishi. That's Rishi. This card is always like my card of, it's kind of like my clue card for me. So That's cool. And this is the sun and Jupiter. So this is, the expansion of who you are. That's expansion of I am. But it's also about retreat. So I'm going to read the thing on this one because Rishi is a lot about wisdom too. It's a card about being able to um, really expand those hermit-like aspects of herself. Retreat, recovery, meditation, hibernation, spiritual contemplation, replenishment of spirit. Jupiter and the sun. So maybe this is like an expansion of that spiritual aspect of yourself. And I can see where this would come in. The connections that we have, really allowing that to kind of see where spirit plays in your life. And going deeper into those watery depths is about, really diving deep into that spiritual part of yourself. So maybe somebody is really tapping into those deeper parts of themselves. With the Hierophant, a lot of times that doesn't have to be like, systems that are like negative or bad or like, authoritarian. It can be about developing your own system, which I'm all about. Okay, let's do these ones. I like these cards too. Okay, oh, we've got Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is about that childlike wonder, like having that that innocent spark in the watery depths of ourselves. So doing something that sparks joy in yourself and wonder. And if you look at her, she's looking in that cup, and there's just this sense of like cool. You know what I mean? It's being in love with those parts of yourself again. Okay. Four of Wands. So we've got the Four of Wands. And we have the Four of Wands and we have the Hierophant. So maybe this is also about, a connection somebody has. I don't do relationship ones, but a lot of times our marriages are really, and our relationships they're like ways that you can kind of understand your lessons a little bit deeper, like the way we treat people and the way people treat us. So Two of Pentacles. So maybe balancing the things that bring you joy in your connections, and really having that way of flowing that energy, allowing that energy to flow within your life, that energy of celebration. Oh, we got the Six of Wands again. So Six of Wands as far as success. I feel like also this means that, like I said, with this being like your asset, this is saying that you've gotten to a certain point in your life where you've kind of mastered that season. And there's people that are backing you. There's people, right? There's this people that are kind of like backing you. And, you might think of yourself as having these parts of you that you think, oh, people aren't going to get that, or they're not going to like that. Well, this is saying that there is people that are backing you, and those are the true people that would be by your side if they respect you for you, right? So, and you have the ability to be successful in whatever this is. Okay. Okay, and the Tower. All right. So the Tower is, the Tower. It can be a good thing, and I think as this being like the next step, I feel like with the Tower and the Hierophant, a lot of times that talks about, shaky foundations in, the hierarchical type of thing, and the structures around us and things like that, the systems. So I feel like this is saying somebody's maybe needs to take advantage of the fact that things are kind of shaky right now. Use your ability to find yourself and, start something new. Yeah, that's what that feels like. All right, I'm going to do one of these. I hope this shows up because I had problems with my lighting. I'm going to do two more oracles and I'll let you guys go. I've been sick, so I haven't been doing anything. Okay, we have number 19. I'm not sure which one that is. We'll have to see. Memory. Memory is the capacity to conserve and recall information, emotions, events by searching within our minds. It forms one of the bases of human knowledge and is fed by the sensory impressions left on us by what surrounds us, and will form the next material world of actions. Memory is also the function that allows us to recall our ancestors, the people we have loved that have left us, just like our past experiences. The advice of the dead: take advantage of the reserve of culture and experience that the people had come before us have accumulated. Okay, so we're in kind of like this time, right? Or maybe somebody is personally, and Sometimes when we have those things that fall, it gives us that opportunity to build and maybe look back on how maybe people in your life have done that before. People, that you can relate to. It doesn't have to be your relatives. People that you look up to. You can even look to the past for people that have been in your family line. How did people get past certain things in their lives? All right, we're gonna do one more card, and then I'm gonna go get a drink of water. Okay, we have Tanzanite, ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. Okay, well, maybe this is about love. Okay, okay. So maybe this is saying, because with the Hierophant, sometimes that can be marriage too. Maybe there was something in the past, but, if you see how, it's kind of going up, he's kind of taking the higher road. He's, you know, allowing himself to see the light. And I feel like that's part of what this is, accepting those parts of ourselves, those deeper parts of ourselves, a more sensual part of ourselves, as it says. And accepting that energy that this connection gives us and letting it flow through, having that innocence again, and realizing that we are successful. We are worthy of, respect and love, and just putting that energy into it. Taking these instances that are in our lives, whether it be a situation that is a love situation or if it is a structural situation, then allowing that to kind of letting us restart, but in the deeper parts of ourselves not being hidden anymore. So, I hope this helps somebody today, and I will talk to you later.